Today on our YouTube channel, we're talking about the quantification theory. Right. So in our last classes, we discussed on different topics on logic, which is indirect proof, conditional proof. We discussed on tautology, resolving argument with conditional proof. We also discussed the rules of inference and replacement. So today, we're talking about the quantification theory. So, under this quantification theory, we have three main types, which are for singular proposition, we have universal proposition, and the third one, existential proposition. So these are the three main types of quantification theory. So now, singular propositions. How do we symbolize singular proposition, universal proposition, and essential proposition? This essential proposition is also the same thing as particular proposition. Okay, so now for singular proposition, let's take it one after the other. Singular proposition. Now, for singular proposition, it comes in two ways: affirmative, and it is either affirmative or it is negative. So, singular proposition can be either affirmative or negative. So, now, for affirmative, for instance, if I see that Alamide is singer, this is a proposition, right? A singular proposition. So how do we symbolize Alamide is a singer under quantification theory? The first thing we need to do is to identify our subject term and predicate term. Yeah, Alamide is our subject term, while singer is our what? Predicate term. Alright, so Alamide is our subject term, while singer is our what? Predicate term. So how do we now symbolize Alamide is a singer under singular proposition in quantification theory? The first thing we need to do is what? We pick our predicate term. The first letter of predicate term, we write it out in capital letter S. Okay, our predicate term comes first under quantification theory. And like the other one also by, and you see that Alamide is a singer. In our normal symbolization, Alamide will be our variable, right? Because the subject is the one that we're talking about. But in quantification theory, the predicate term will be written in capital letter. Right? We'll be the one to pick first. So it will be written in capital letter. And this Alamide, which is our subject term, will be written here in small letter immediately after our predicate term. So we now have S-O. Can see that our predicate term, which is singer, is written in capital letter, and Alamide, which is O, is written in small letter. This is how we symbolize singular proposition. Another example is that when we say Funke is beautiful. Okay, Funke is beautiful. Funke is our subject, and beautiful is our what? Predicate. Just the way I did it. So beautiful, the first letter of this beautiful will be picked, which is what? B, and to be written in what? Capital letter. Then the subject term, we pick the first letter of the subject term, which is F, and it will be written immediately after the word predicate term, which is in small letter F. So B F. How does this mean? This means that this beautiful here, it is the one giving the quality and showing us who Funke is, right? And it's the one telling us who, I mean, this singer is not telling us who Alamide is. So that is why we symbolize the predicate term first and what now symbolize the subject term second. Now, you see these small letters that are used to designate subject term, they are called individual constants. Individual constants. So the small letters that are used to designate the predicate, the subject term, are called individual constants. And like I said, this is for affirmative. Okay, this is for what? Affirmative. Now let's symbolize negative proposition. So if I say that Tolu is not beautiful, okay, I say Tolu is not beautiful. Now this not here, initially in our normal symbolization, not is what is symbolized with what they call sign. Okay, this now not beautiful. So that means this not beautiful is our predicate term and Tolu is our what? Subject term. How do you now symbolize it? You now say that negation of what? B, capital letter, and what? T, small letter. Not beautiful. That is, Tolu is not beautiful. Another example to show is that okay, Kunle is not okay, buoyant. Alright, so the same way we symbolize this, not buoyant is our what? Predicate term, while Kunle is our what? Subject term. And I said I want to symbolize under quantification theory, we pick the first the predicate term. The first letter of the predicate term writes in capital letter, not B. Then immediately after the predicate term, we pick is what? The first letter of the subject term and writes in small letter. Okay. So now this is for the affirmative, singular affirmative proposition, and this is singular negative proposition. And remember, I said that this small letters that I used to designate what subject term are called individual constants. Okay, so now, and this proposition can also come as a compound proposition. Right? Can also come as a compound proposition. So let's check compound proposition. Alright, so now if I see that, I can see that it is either, if I say either Bola is beautiful or Shade is ugly. Alright, this is the compound proposition. Either Bola is beautiful or Shade is ugly. So now, this one or this one. So how do you symbolize it? capital letter B abbreviate M, and small letter Bola, or which is our disjunctive sign V shape. Shade is ugly. The capital letter of our words, and the first letter of the predicate M, and S, which is what representing Shade. So these are what symbolize for compound proposition, singular negative and singular affirmative. So this compound proposition can also come either negative or affirmative. So let's move on to universal proposition. How do we symbolize universal proposition? Okay, so now for universal proposition, universal so now universal proposition, this one is represented with an X in the bracket. Okay, this X here, I'll explain what the work of this X. Now, for example, I say that all humans are mortal. So, how do we symbolize this? The way we symbolize universal proposition or general proposition is different from the way we symbolize singular proposition or either affirmative or negative. Now, for this universal proposition, okay, it can also be affirmative or negative. Now, let's do with affirmative here. We have all humans are mortal. How do we symbolize? You will see that X in the bracket separately, then another braces HX implies MX. What does this mean? This means that if there is anything that is human, then it is what? Mortal. So that is what we are representing. We are symbolizing a universal proposition which was is a conditional sign. Okay? A conditional statement. This means that if there is anything that is what? Human, therefore that thing is what? Mortal. Now this X that we introduce here and other universal proposition is called individual variable, or let me say the unknown. These X are the unknown. Okay, we say all humans are mortal. Anything that is human, which is human unknown, then that thing is what? Mortal. So this X here is representing what? Unknown. And this one is for affirmative proposition. Universal affirmative proposition. X in braces. Then you open another words, another bracket. HX implies MX. This is how we symbolize universal proposition under classification theory. So let's go to negative proposition, universal or general negative proposition. If I say that no professor is illiterate. Okay, So no professor is what? Illiterate. How do you symbolize this? It's a universal proposition. Our X in what? In brackets. Outside. Then you open another bracket. If there is anything that is professor, what does this mean? That no professor is illiterate. Then if there is anything that is professor, then that in is not what? Illiterate. If there's anybody that is a professor, then that person is what? Is not what? Illiterate. So we now say Px, our offshoot, then negation of what? Ix. This is how we symbolize universal negative proposition under classification theory. No professor is what? Illiterate. So this professor, what this means is that if there is anybody that is a professor, then that person is not illiterate. If there is anything that is professor, then not illiterate is what? Negation I. And remember that I said that what? This X are the what? Unknown. Because this one is affirming and this one is negating generally. Why this one is affirming generally? It is not pointing at anything in particular. So that is why I make use of this. Okay? Let me give another example on universal proposition. Okay. We say that all footballers are athletes. How am I going to symbolize? The same way I did here. You open your brackets X, because this X is used to represent what? Universal proposition. Then another bracket Fx. Okay, the unknown. That is, if there's anybody that is a footballer, then that person is what? Is an athlete. So this is how we symbolize universal or general proposition, both affirmative and negative. So now let's go to existential or particular proposition. How do you symbolize existential or particular proposition? Existential particular proposition can be symbolized using the inverted EX. This is what we use to symbolize what? Existential or particular proposition. Inverted EX. So now, if I say that, and this existential or particular proposition deals with the under the scenario for particular analytical proposition. No, we have the universal and the particular. So under the universal we have affirmative and negative. And under the particular we also have universal affirmative and negative. So here we symbolize what? The affirmative and negative of the universal proposition. Now the particular proposition. So if I say that let me say some women are brilliant. Okay, so how do we symbolize this? our inverted E X in what? In brackets. Or let me say braces. Then what does this mean? It means that what? Some women are brilliant. Abi, this one means that there is a person that is woman and at the same time brilliant. Okay? This one is saying that what? There is someone that is what? Woman and at the same time that person is what? Brilliant. But yeah, we don't use the offshoots to symbolize some. What do we use? We use the what? The evidence, which is the and. You now see that what? Some our WX and the evidence BX. So this is how we symbolize existential or particular proposition. Okay, so this is for affirmative, universal affirmative proposition. Now, let's do particular affirmative. Now, particular negative. Some men are not scum. Okay, some men are not scum. These are predicate subject term, these are predicate term. I mean, so now the inverted E X, you open our braces, some men, which is what? M X, and the evidence not scum. What does this mean? This means that what? There is a person that is man, or there is someone that is man, and at the same time, that person is not what? Scum. So, men, some men are not scum. The difference between this existential particular proposition, how we symbolize it, and this universal or general proposition is that in universal or general proposition, we use the word the offshoot, the if and then sign. Okay, but for existential proposition, we use what? The evidence. That is the and sign. Alright, so this is how we symbolize the three types of proposition under quantification theory. Some women are brilliant. We use our word, the inverted E X. Then open another parenthesis, women, which is WX. And remember that I said that this S stands for what? The unknown. Okay? Stand for the unknown. So WX and BX. Same thing goes for the negative side. Some women, some men are not scum. Our inverted E, then it was inside parenthesis. Then you open another parenthesis and what? Men. That's of M, X, and not scum what? S. So this is how we symbolize universal, singular proposition, universal proposition, and existential particular proposition under classification theory. So the next thing we are going to do is how do we resolve arguments using rules of quantification theory. So that's our next step.